Now, last night's DNC Speaker lineup was not that interesting, not too interesting. Yes, they actually had Bill Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton was the headliner, and he gave a rather folksy speech, which is definitely what he's good at. Now, what was notably missing in a lot of these speeches were attacks against Donald Trump. That is, except for Representative Joe Crowley, who actually revealed something very interesting about Donald Trump after 9/11. Now, I want to show you that, and then I kind of want to break it down.
But let me ask you something.
Thanks.
Where was Donald Trump in the days and months and the years after 9/11? He didn't stand at the pile. He didn't lobby Congress for help. He didn't fight for the first responders. Nope. He cashed in, collecting $150,000 in federal funds intended to help small businesses recover, even though days after the attack, Trump said his properties were not affected. Hillary sought those funds to help local mom and pop shops get back on their feet. Donald Trump sought another payday for his empire. It was one of our nation's darkest days, but to Trump, it was just another chance to make a quick buck.
All right, so that's a pretty damning accusation, right? Taking money from 9/11 relief to put it in his own pocket. So I want to give you some of the details about this accusation, see if it's true or not. According to a 2006 New York Daily News expose, Trump reportedly got $150,000 for his property at 40 Wall Street because the Empire State Development Corporation, run by the state, didn't enforce federal guidelines on what defines a small business. Instead, the state used much looser rules that let Trump and others, including Morgan Stanley and Bank of China, take money that was earmarked by Congress to help small business owners in the neighborhood recover after the terrorist attacks in 9/11. Federal law requires that the size category of the types of businesses most common in Lower Manhattan, which is finance, insurance, real estate, and law firms, be determined based on annual income. Only the wholesale, manufacturing, and mining sectors, uncommon downtown, are measured by number of employees. However, Trump's property had 28 employees and $26.8 million in annual revenue. Now that passed the ESDC's small business test of less than 500 employees. However, the revenue amount put that Trump property over the federal definition of a small business, which is $6 million annually for lessors of non-residential buildings. So basically, he only had 28 employees, but millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars in revenue were generated by that one place. So the ESCD basically says, had a loophole that said that Trump, even though he made way more revenue, he was still a small business owner. Can you imagine? The company that Trump owned and that owned this building qualified as a small business because of this loophole. That's egregious. And now on to Trump. Well, his company basically took advantage of a loophole in order to scam the government out of money meant for real small businesses. Tell me something now. If Donald Trump is so wealthy, why did he have to take $150,000 in federal money to fix up properties that actually weren't broken or weren't affected at all by the worst terrorist attack in American history? And that's the thing, right? He went out and bragged that his companies weren't affected by 9/11. So why did he take the money? Why did he take the money? It's because he can't help himself. He's got to take that money. If somebody offers him money for no reason, the government, he's going to be like, hell yeah, I'll take it. And what happened is that he essentially took that money out of the hands of actual small business owners who needed it just because he could, just because he had the opportunity to do so. Now that, of course, is sick. But of course, Donald Trump would call it being a savvy businessman. What? I took advantage of the law. I took advantage of what? You're a sucker if you don't take advantage of a loophole, right? It's just like how he took advantage of the bankruptcy laws in order to, bankrupt 4 of his different businesses and still come out of it a millionaire and a billionaire, alleged billionaire. No, who cares about small businesses when I'm making an extra buck? I don't care about rules. I don't care about doing the right thing. No, the right thing is what benefits me, Donald Trump. Look, man, a lot of people took advantage of that loophole, and it needed to be closed. And I hope it is. There were different companies on Wall Street that definitely took advantage of that, and that's absolutely wrong. And they deserve scorn as well. But Donald Trump is a loathsome human being who basically uses anything to his advantage to get ahead. And these corporations, same thing. They should all be ashamed of themselves. Because what they did is that they took this money and screwed over people who actually needed it. That's who Donald Trump really is. Do not be fooled by his populist appeal. He will screw you over just as fast as Hillary Clinton would. And he'll do it smiling right to your face. It's another reason that this man cannot be president. Ever.